Hi, okay, today guys we're going to be practicing making a ruler. So you're going to need a couple supplies. You're going to need your 1-inch tile from yesterday. I have this little foam one that I'm using, but your paper one that you made yesterday works perfectly. If you did not make that 1-inch tile yesterday, you need to go back and watch yesterday's video and make your 1-inch tile. You're going to need this for today's lesson. You're going to need a pen or pencil. You're going to need a scissor. And you're going to need a piece of paper. So today we're going to be making a 1-inch ruler, and then we are going to be using that 1-inch ruler to measure different objects around your house. So let's get started. I'm going to move my screen down so you guys can see my paper. Okay, the way this is going to work is I am going to draw, I'm going to use my tile, I'm going to start at the end, and I'm going to draw a line, 2 lines. I'm going to draw one on the side of my 1-inch tile just to mark the edge of my ruler, and I'm going to draw one here. Okay, so then I'm going to draw a little one down because that's my first inch. So I kind of just drew, I guess I can draw the bottom too. So I won't draw the whole side, but I'll draw the other 3 sides. So 1, 2, 3, and then I just drew a little bit on the top of this one. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So there you go. Just a little bit down. This first small line actually is going to show my 1-inch mark, so I can even put a little 1 by it. Now I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to put my tile where my 1-inch mark ended, and I'm going to go like this, right here. And now this time I'm just drawing along the top and a little line down. That's 2 inches, so I'm going to put a 2 there. So now it looks like this. Okay, now I'm going to put my tile right back on it. I'm going to draw my line across, little line down, and I'm going to keep going. Draw my line across the top with a little line down. Draw my line across the top with a little line down, across the top with a little line down, across the top. Now I just thought about this. A regular piece of paper is only about 11 inches, so we'll probably get to do a 10-inch ruler here. We won't get to do a whole foot. But as you can see, I just keep drawing my line across the top plus a little line down. I'm going to label those with a number to show how many inches they are. So I start at 0, right? Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm at 8 so far. I want to see if I can squeeze 10 in. When you guys look at mine, I didn't start right at the start of the page, so make sure you guys start over here so you have enough room to get 10 inches. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to put my tile right on my 8 line, just like we did yesterday when we were measuring, right on top of it. Line down. That's 9. Yeah, I can squeeze in 10. And then down. Actually, on this last one, I'm going to mark my little 10, but I'm actually going to go all the way down because now is when I want to connect it. So right now, I have 10 inches starting at 0. This first line is always 0, so I can put a little 0 there if I want to. 0 all the way to 10. Okay, so now I just need to draw a line to connect it at the bottom. You can do this with your straight hand. I like to be really accurate, so I'm just going to fold my paper over and use the edge of the bottom of the paper to make sure my line is straight. Cool. So we just created a 10-inch ruler using nothing but your 1-inch tile. If each of these edges is 1 inch, we know that we can make a ruler with this because we have 1 inch right here. We just have to make sure we're really careful to not leave any spaces in between the inches. If you leave a space, then you kind of no longer have your 1 inch. So your next step is just going to be to cut it out. So I'm going to take it and I'm just going to cut it out along that bottom line that you guys created. It's nice and straight. Your top line. Okay, and here you go. You should now have a 10-inch ruler. So I want you guys to pause now and create your ruler. make sure to be really careful when you're creating. You're not leaving spaces in between each one. So here's where my 1 ends. Look how right on top of it is, and then I moved it right on top of this line right here. So you guys can see that's how I got my 2. If you leave spaces, it's not gonna work because then I have this like a little spot for an inch or a big spot. You have to go right on top of where your line is. So mark where your tile ends and then go to your next one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be measuring some objects. So today, a lot of what your work on your problem set is, or your worksheet that I'm attaching, is you have to measure objects around your house, kind of like yesterday, but today you're going to use your ruler instead. Then after you measure the object, you're going to draw a line that is the same length of the object. So the first object I'm going to measure is a fork. And you guys have this one on yours too. I think the first one that you have to measure is a fork. So just grab a fork from your kitchen. And what we're going to do is we are going to measure it. So I'm going to put it down. I'm going to take my 1-inch ruler. Remember the rules of measuring. We have to start at 0. We have to put it right at the beginning of an object and go all the way to the end of an object. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I'll show you guys this way. I'm going to start at 0 over here. You guys see it? Okay, start at 0 over here. I'm going to make sure my end of my fork is right at 0. And I'm going to see it ends exactly at the 7. So this fork is 7 inches. Now, the next step is to draw a line that is the same length as your fork. So I'm going to just write fork. I'm going to put a little line at 0. I like to draw my lines when I'm measuring with just a little tiny line at the top. Then I'm going to draw my line from 0 all the way to 7 inches and put another little line. That's a 7-inch line. So this will be your next step on your work. And if I put my fork on it, it should be the exact same length as my fork. Yep, nice work. Me. Okay, so let's look. So you measure, your first step is to create your ruler. Your second step is to measure your object. Your third step is to draw a line that's the same length as your object. So remember, I drew this 7-inch line because my fork was exactly 7 inches. And I figured that out using my ruler that I created. So it goes from 0 right to 7. Notice I start right at the front. All right, guys, have fun making your rulers. Reach out if you have any questions, and have some fun measuring some stuff around your house today. Bye.